Tuscaloosa to frenzy. Firing. Touchdown, Alabama.
SEC champions, Alabama, Crimson Tide.
We talked about Alabama. Step back three. Money. And the Alabama Crimson Tide will roll into the Final Four. Roll Tide.
Welcome to TideTV this week. I'm Paige Riley, joined by Lillian Everest, and we got a fun show ahead for you guys. And Lillian, it's great to be back and to be hosting with you.
I know, and we're so excited, Paige. Roger, we miss you. We know you're away today, but Paige, you and I have never hosted together, so we're gonna have a lot of fun today.
Yeah, we do it, especially after a top 15 win on the road in Starkville. The 4th-ranked Alabama men's basketball team returned home to Coleman this past Saturday as they hosted the Georgia Bulldogs.
Going into Saturday's matchup, the Crimson Tide had won 3 in a row over the Bulldogs, but Georgia had wins over Kentucky, Oklahoma, and South Carolina in SEC play so far this season.
It was a tight contest early on with the score tied at under 5 minutes into the game, but the Tide went on a big run behind 4 3-pointers and 8 points from Aiden Sherrill. Georgia responded with a run of their own, an 8-0 run to cut the Tide's lead to 24-18, but Alabama converted on 6 straight free throws to close out the half with a 39-28 lead.
Up 9 in the second half, Alabama scored 7 straight, capped by this 3-pointer from Mark Sears to increase the Tide's lead to 16 with 13 minutes to play. Over the next 5 minutes, Bama knocked down 8 of 10 shots to extend the lead to 25 at 75-50 with 7.5 to go.
Alabama was in control of most of this game. They never trailed, and their biggest lead was 26 in that second half. This helped them secure a dominant 90-69 win over Georgia.
I thought this was the hardest Sears has played. I told him it's good to see. I thought he had some turnovers. He sprinted back, made tough plays on D, didn't sulk, didn't pout. His leadership, the effort he gave tonight, I think really helped set the tone for how the team's supposed to look. So, defensively, we held them to a .88, which is really hard to do, particularly when you turn it over 20 times. And they got plenty of opportunities to score off our turnovers, and we still sprinted back, made big stops. So if we can take that mentality, that effort on the defensive end and clean up the offense, we've got something headed in the right direction here going in the second half of conference play.
The 90 points against Georgia matches Alabama's average points scored per game on the season as the Tide leads the nation, averaging 90.2 points per game.
Alabama had 5 score in double figures, led by Mark Sears, who scored 20 or more for the 13th game this season. Sears scored a game-high 20 points to go, along with 6 assists and 5 rebounds. His 20 points moved him up to 12th on Alabama's all-time scoring list, surpassing JaMychal Green.
And Grant Nelson collected his team-leading 6th double-double of the season as he finished with 16 points, 10 rebounds, and a career-high 5 blocks. Aiden Sherrill scored 12, while Aiden Holloway and Chris Youngblood each had 10.
Joining Grant Nelson with double figures in rebounds was Clifford Amore, as he finished with 11 rebounds to go, along with 6 points.
And Mark Sears was named a top 10 finalist for the Bob Cousy Award, given to the top point guard in all of college basketball. Sears is just one of 3 players from the SEC on that finalist list, and he's also the only player to rank in the top 5 in scoring and assists in the SEC.
Also, congratulations to Big Cliff. He is one of 15 candidates selected to the Naismith Defensive Player of the Year watch list. The annual award recognizes the best defensive player in all of college basketball.
And the Tide keeps rising. Alabama moved up a spot in both the Associated Press and Coach's Top 25 this week, and the Tide is now 3rd in both polls. So the Tide is certainly rising, and a big reason of that has been the play of forward Mohamed Diabate.
That's right, and Diabate has won the Hard Hat Award, which is given to the player with the most blue-collar points in 4 out of the last 5 games, and he's doing that while just averaging 17 minutes per game.
Yeah, let's get to know a little bit more about Mo D in this week's Player Spotlight.
I'm Mo Diabate. I'm a wing. I'm from Queens, New York.
82, the Tide rises in the West.
That team was special. That was one of the best basketball environments that I've been around. Being able to do it my freshman year was it really gave me a certain level of experience. When people expected us to lose each and every round, like the first round versus Charleston, they thought we were gonna lose. Following game versus Grand Canyon, they thought we was gonna lose that. Every game we had, they thought we was gonna lose, and somehow, we put it together and we made it to the Final Four. So hopefully we could do the same this year. A proud moment that I had since I've been here, just seeing the banner come down and get in the ring. Sometimes it still don't even feel real, It's one of those things it just, the feeling don't get old. What happened last year got nothing to do with this year. We got new guys coming in, freshman guys. Since we stepped foot on campus, O's told us, he was like, what happened last year has nothing to do with this year. It's a whole new team. I'm not a vet, but like, you know, being the guy that was here last year, I know the culture, I know the system. So just be able to like help the other guys with it. Tell them like what's right and wrong with certain stuff, you know, they probably not used to yet. I can't wait to see y'all. I hope everyone come out and support, you know, even if you're not there physically, you know, support us. And it's gonna be a good season this year, man. Roll Tide. Go buy my jersey, all right?
TideTV This Week is presented by the University of Alabama, where legends are made. Ford, visit your local Ford dealer, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide.
College baseball is the best. College baseball in this league is the absolute best of the best because you get the energy, you get the crowd, you get all that. You got 6,000 people in there and that place rocking. That's why you come play college baseball right there.
Welcome back to Tide TV This Week, where we just covered Alabama's win over Georgia inside Coleman Coliseum this past Saturday.
The win improved the Tide's record to 19-3 overall and 8-1 in SEC play. Let's take an all-access look at the Tide's 4th win in a row over the Bulldogs.
Welcome to a sold-out Coleman Coliseum in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. It's Georgia, it's Bama on the hardwood.
Well, Nate Oates likes to challenge his team, and this team has responded all season long against top matchups.
So what you're after is to destroy them on the boards. All right, like we are much tougher than them, and it needs to show tonight. Just focus on this one play, control, and the score takes care of itself. All right, let's get this.
Trying to compete for a league championship, but right now it's about going 1-0 this afternoon against a dangerous Georgia team.
Hands it to Nelson. Grant driving to the elbow, kicks it. Stevenson corner three for Jaron Stevenson to get him a good start. Gives it up to Sears, top of the arc. Mark fires it back to Aiden. Catch, shoot three, and man, is that fun to watch. Back out to Aiden. He'll drive and dish. Sherrell, corner three. Aiden to Aiden, and he got the bucket off of it. From Sherrell, who's left alone, tries another three. Hits another three. The big fella getting it done early. Plus, as Sears is back in, fires a pass to Youngblood. Steps to his right, shoots a 3-5. For the Dogs, as Brian said. Now Bama throws the lob from Nelson to Sherrell for the flush, and he is in double digits. Will bring it himself into the front court. Flipping it over left side, Sears all alone, 3-5. Maybe that will get the earth back on its axis again. Now, LeBaron quick inbounds to Mo, and he'll throw it over for 2. Bama caught him with a heads turn. He's got 4 boards to go with 10 points. Holloway, 3. He is so much fun to watch. Dogs throw it down low. Good catch in traffic by Newell. Missed it. Rebound fought for, scrambled, and Sears comes out with it. We got 4-on-1. Sears, the no-look to Mo. Taken away by Mo. Gives it ahead Youngblood to Sears. The lob to Chris, who'll catch it and go with a reverse layup for 2.
Again, started by who else? Mo Diabate keeps it to him.
Stevenson, near side, 3-5. Good to see Jaron get another one to go. His second 3 of the ball game. Points. Holloway in the paint, the handoff to Cliff. He'll drive in, he'll lay it up, count it, and he is fouled. An and one opportunity upcoming for Clifford Moy. The game will end, and it's 90-69. Bama strike up the band.
Somehow in 11.5 minutes, he totaled up 20 blue-collar points.
Tide TV This Week is presented by Ford. Visit your local Ford dealer, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide, the University of Alabama, where legends are made.
In every moment, greatness awaits. For the bold, the visionary, and those ready to take their shot. Here, We don't chase success, we define it. The University of Alabama, where legends are made.
Roll Tide, everyone. I'm Paige Riley alongside Lillian Everest for TideTV this week. It was a big week for both Alabama and Georgia. They went head-to-head in men's and women's basketball as well as gymnastics.
The men's basketball team took care of the Bulldogs on Friday night, 90-69, and it was the women's basketball team's turn on Sunday.
Alabama opened the game with an 8-2 run with the help of threes from Sarah Ashley Barker and Aaliyah Nye. The Crimson Tide defense was all over the floor, forcing 7 Georgia turnovers in the first period alone. Alabama knocked down 5 threes in the first 10 minutes of action, and what was impressive about their offensive performance is that they scored 26 points in that first quarter, which is the most in SEC play this season, as the Tide led the Bulldogs 26-11 after one.
Alabama stretched their lead to 20 with a 6-0 run to start the second quarter. The Crimson Tide defense was equally good in the second quarter as the Tide held the Bulldogs to just 6 points in the first 6 minutes. Nye closed out the period strong, scoring 8 points in 2 minutes to give Alabama a 27-point lead at the half, 49-22.
Essence Cody's layup in the opening minute of the third quarter gave Alabama its largest lead of the game at 29 points. Georgia responded, outscoring the Tide 20-8 in the third, cutting Alabama's lead to 14, but that is as close as they would get as Alabama closed it out with a 72-57 win.
Just really proud of our team's response today. I thought we did a really nice job, of getting our defense set early, and we're able to get some box outs and get our transition game going. I think, again, when we can get stops and get easy looks in transition and put ourselves in a number situation, we're obviously much more efficient offensively. So really proud of our team today and our response. Obviously last week was tough, and I think adversity often reveals character, and I love our kids' character and how they've continued to weather hard and embrace it this week.
Aaliyah Nye had a game-high 22 points with 6 three-pointers made. And the Tide's other double-digit scorer had a double-double. Essence Cody scored 17 with a game-high 13 rebounds.
Sarah Ashley Barker has been named one of 10 finalists for the Naismith Ann Myers Drysdale Shooting Guard of the Year award. Barker leads the Crimson Tide in scoring at 16.7 points per game.
Krista Curry's squad is ranked 23rd this week in the top 25 polls, and the other matchup between Alabama and Georgia took place this week in Athens as the 14th-ranked Crimson Tide took on the 12th-ranked Georgia Bulldogs.
These two programs, they share a storied history, meeting for the 162nd time on Friday. They have a combined 16 national championships between them, and their rivalry was on full display once again.
Both teams were tied after the opening event with scores of 49-150. Lily Hudson and Gabby Gladio highlighted the rotation on uneven bars as both scored a 9.85. The Crimson Tide scored a 49-125 in its second rotation to mark its second highest score on vault of the season. Gladio, Hudson, and Jordan Paradise led the way, with all three scoring a 9.85 after the first two events. And Alabama led Georgia 98-275 to 98-225.
Gabby Gladio captured her 4th consecutive 9-9 or higher on the floor exercise as she recorded a 4.9.275 in the anchor position. Despite Gladio tying for the event title, the Bulldogs inched ahead after the third event, 147.65 to 147.55. Going into the final rotation on beam, Gabby Landani led the Tide with a career-high 9.875.
In the all-around, Alabama took the top 3 spots. Hudson took the all-around title with a score of 39-350. Gladio was right behind her with 39-225. And in her first time competing in the all-around, Chloe LeCourcier finished third with a total of 39-175. But unfortunately, it would not be enough. Georgia did just enough to hold on for that narrow win at home, 196-975 to 196-575.
This team has learned a lot over these last 4 weeks. There's been some smoother lessons. There's been some harder lessons. We faced quite a bit of adversity, some that we could control and some that we just couldn't control. And it's all about how you respond. It's all about how you come together. It's all about how you have a we over me mentality. And that's what we're working to drive towards this week, is to really come together as a united team, a united front, with the same mission in mind, and that is to start strong and handle the noise. That continues to be our message, and it's something that we want to get better at every single week. And we've grown a ton in that area, and there's still a few more steps that we need to make before we step into kind of the second part of the season that will take place a couple weeks from now.
Despite the loss, Alabama recorded the second highest team score of the season and the second highest on vault.
We also have to highlight softball because they start their season this weekend. Team 29 will open the season in Tucson, Arizona at the Candria Classic. It will be a homecoming for the Tide's preseason All-SEC pitcher, Jocelyn Brisky.
Weather-wise, Tucson and Phoenix is pretty easy, but it's cool for her to come back. She'll have friends and family there. We get to see her house. Hopefully we'll go by her high school. She can point out where, you know, she threw no-hitters or hit home runs, stuff like that. And that's fun. And, you know, it's the coolest part is going down a neighborhood street and the neighbors being outside saying, what the heck is that big bus going down our street for? And then it stops at somebody's house, and then, you know, most of them have a clue what's going on, but it's very, very cool to see, you know, where she grew up. Get to meet her friends and family, and it's kind of like her family meets her other family.
I am just so excited to see my family. I love my family, and I just want to thank Murph for giving me the opportunity to go out home, because there's so many family and friends that I have out there that will never be able to make the trip all the way out here. And so I feel blessed to be able to go and play in front of so many friends and family in my hometown. My grandparents, friends, aunts, uncles, cousins, they all live there. So I'm just really excited. It's going to feel like I'm playing at my second home.
The Crimson Tide will play in 5 games against Washington, Michigan State, Arizona, and Western Michigan.
And as they get set for their season opener this week, we had a chance to go behind the scenes at practice. Let's go all access with junior infielder Abby Dukeshire.
Hello. Pitch me a fastball right down the middle. Boom, boom. Hi, y'all. My name's Abby Dukeshire. Come with me to a practice as I'm mic'd up. Hopefully that lighting's gonna hit me right. Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. Look at the camera and pose.
She's so tall.
I could probably expose Allie Shipman. She was doing bad in a tournament, and her dad took all of her bats and locked it in the trunk. Your mom's here? Oh my God, there she is. You want to talk about 2 trolls, 2 clowns? You're looking at them. This is us every day. This feels weird as a junior now because I used to have like seniors and juniors above me, and now I'm the other classman, and I don't know how to feel about it because this is like the good luck wall. So like, hey mom, hey dad. Period.
I get one.
Monty, what do you think Murph's gonna say in the infield? What's like a common saying he says in the infield?
Make a play.
Make a play. Oh. Make a play. Got my 2 gloves. I got my lashes done today. Look good, play good. You know what they say. Mine, mine, mine. Why did Cinderella quit softball? Because she kept running from the ball. My bad. Bad. Did you get my joke? It's not funny. Boom, 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 boom. They're his ground balls. So I gotta tap in and watch this. Metal bat. Y'all, this is a good day for me. Shout me out. I go play for Savannah Bananas. He predicted before practice. He didn't even say one of them during the
he said random.
He said random, but he didn't say candy. He didn't say, hey. Yeah, period.
Here in front of a full house at the Rhodes House.
It goes to the wall and it's gone!
We're going to be filled with Mudita like you wouldn't believe.
But this is a team that has been there, done that in terms of its history.
And we're going to do whatever we need to do to get back to Oklahoma City.
And the Crimson Tide will ride this season's wave all the way to the World Series.
Welcome back to TideTV This Week. I'm Paige Riley, joined this week by Lillian Everest. It was a busy weekend here on the campus of the University of Alabama.
It sure was. Along with the men's and women's basketball, the Alabama men's and women's tennis teams hosted matches here at home.
The 20th ranked Crimson Tide men's tennis team hosted a trio of matches, starting with a 4-0 shutout of Tulsa on Friday. Then on Sunday, the Tide picked up a couple of more wins. The first was a 4-2 victory over Middle Tennessee and another sweep. This one a 4-0 win over Alabama A&M.
And the Crimson Tide got some good news on the recruiting trail as head coach George Husak signed the number 6 recruiting class in the nation. And those 3 wins on the weekend improved the Tide's record to 6-1 on the year. George Husak's squad also moved up 2 spots in this week's rankings to number 18.
Also, the Alabama women's tennis team was in action in Tuscaloosa, and the team won their home opener. The Tide defeated Tulane 6-1, earning all 6 of their points in singles play.
The Alabama track and field team traveled to Albuquerque for the New Mexico Team Open. Majoy Williams highlighted the final day of the New Mexico Team Open by extending her high school record in the women's indoor shot put with a 17.68-meter throw. The team picked up 6 first-place finishes along with 29 top 10 performances.
Congratulations to the Tide's Doris Lemonole. She was named the NCAA Division I Cross Country Female Scholar Athlete of the Year by the U.S. Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association.
Stay with us. We'll have our plays and players of the week coming up next right here on TideTV This Week.
College baseball is the best. College baseball in this league is the absolute best of the best because you get the energy, you get the crowd, you get all that. You got 6,000 people in there and that place rock, and that's why you come play college baseball right there.
Wolfthorpe blocked away by Barker. To Cody. Yes, and 1.
Now Bama throws alive from Nelson to Sherrill.
Sticking that 1.5 for Lily on ball.
Gladio on the vault.
Another 1.5.
Dinah Collins attacks and scores.
I mean, that's a beautiful spin move.
Holloway 3, man, he is so much fun to watch shoot the rock. LeBaron quick inbounds to Mo, and he'll throw it over for 2.
Gabby opening up with a full twisting double back. It's 1 twist, 2 flips, and Gabby finished the routine very strong.
Back to him. Bang from downtown. Aliyah Nye. Another 3-pointer. 22 in the first half for Aliyah Nye.
Those were our ATI plays of the week. Now let's take a look at our players of the week, brought to you by Legacy of Hope.
And Paige, we're going with a couple of double-doubles on the hardwood this week. Essence Cody picked up her 2nd double-double of the year in the win over Georgia. Cody finished with 17 points and a season-high 13 rebounds while also adding a pair of blocks.
And Grant Nelson collected his team-leading 6th double-double in their win over Georgia. Nelson scored 16 points with 10 rebounds and also had a career-high 5 blocks.
A big week at home for the Tide on the hardwood, and it's going to be an even bigger week next week as the 3rd-ranked Crimson Tide welcomes number 1 Auburn to Coleman Coliseum.
I'm excited for that, and I know the energy is going to be crazy in Coleman.
It sure is, and the spring sports are now underway, so we're also going to have baseball and softball to talk about next week. It will be a busy show for sure.
Definitely. We hope to see you back here next week as we cover that and so much more right here on TideTV This Week. See you next week.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
This has been a presentation from Learfield,